Hello, everyone, and welcome to Holocron Transmissions. I'm your host, Nick, and this is
Patrick and
Omadaun.
So today we'll be talking about Star Wars games. I have noticed something in the trailer for the games coming up in the near future for Star Wars, and there's just been so much Star Wars stuff going on. So, Patrick, would you like to continue from here?
well, I don't know what we'll be talking about today, Nick. You have to say it to the audience.
So basically, we'll be talking about the Star Wars canceled Darth Maul game, which was announced, I believe, in 2001 or 2002. I'm not too sure.
No, Darth Maul game was announced back in 2012, if I am 100% correct on this.
And we'll also be talking about the Respawn game that is coming out quite soon in 2017 or 2018 or 2019. They're not sure when they're actually going to release it in that timeline, but it's somewhere around then. And then we'll be talking about a fan-based project game, and we'll also be talking about Star Wars: The Old Republic. Omadaun will be taking over that section. So,
Indeed.
Yeah, so our first concept, what we're going to be talking about, is the Darth Maul game. So if I share screens here real quick, just give me a minute. Share screens, entire screen. All right, so tell me if you guys see the screen here.
Yep, I see it.
All right, so we got some new concept for Star Wars: The Darth Maul game, and this just looks awesome.
Ooh, indeed.
It does.
So basically, if you were Darth Maul, you'll be going in the underground, I believe it was based in.
Yeah, in the original game, basically it was just following Darth Maul and his stories before Episode 1 and all of his attacks and assignments that he was given to by Darth Sidious and whatnot. It's basically, it was supposed to be like The Force Unleashed, but with Darth Maul. And also, too, George Lucas wanted to bring in the female version of Darth Maul, basically. What's her name?
Darth Talon.
Yeah, thank you. Darth Talon. Basically, George Lucas, we want them to have, like, Darth Maul and Darth Talon in there and whatnot, which could have been a very cool option. The developers didn't want Darth Talon in there. They didn't plan to have her in there, but George Lucas really wanted that. So they had to put that into the print. Basically, it was just bad scheduling, bad timing, and also, too, when Lucasfilm, well, I know, but once Lucasfilm and whatnot, was down because of Disney, Disney stopped the production and was canceled. So now it looks like they're going to be doing it again, but it's going to be released, though, maybe through EA. Well, it has to be released through EA because EA has every Star Wars rights to the games now, which I think is bullshit.
Am I the only one who seems to have noticed that it looks like it's using the design and engine from Star Wars 1313?
Yes, it looks exactly like that.
Kind of like they just repurposed Star Wars 1313 for this.
Very true, but you don't know for sure yet, though.
No, but it would have been cool if they did add Darth Talon, because she, even though she's far in the future from this and only in Legends canon, it would have been fun to have her, because honestly, besides the fact she is a badass melee force user like Maul and would have been a perfect female pairing for him. She is also one of the most memorable Sith characters with tattoos.
Very true.
Very true indeed.
So we see more concept art here.
So it looks like this is meant to be an Imperial officer or something along the sort for the Empire. So it looks like it's an Imperial Republic officer.
Nope, that's. Look at the badge on his shoulder.
It has an Empire.
Imperial.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like this game would have taken place between Star Wars Episode 1 and Star Wars Episode 4.
Episode 3, you mean? And
Episode 3.
Yeah, but
This
then
this
that
could
doesn't make
actually be like seeing what the heck the Emperor did to him at the end of Clone Wars, and
Very
his
true.
his his resurgence in Rebels. Like he's a very different person from both of them. A very broken person. Just like what did he go through in all that time period that broke him as a person?
Nick, make sure you have the share screen to present to everyone.
Yeah, sure. Just let me actually do that real quick. Present to everyone. There we go.
There we
So,
go.
yeah, so it looks like this could be a Sith or something because it's designed to be like an Emperor figure. And you see that, or a
Yeah.
Sith assassin.
Yeah, most likely a boss battle or the enemy that was going to be in the game.
Mm-hmm. Now, as we all know, the Darth Maul comic actually has been announced and now will be coming out next February, and it's to with the prequel before the Phantom Menace. So it looks like we'll be seeing how Maul actually got his tattoos from Palpatine.
Well, the thing is, no. You have to remember the tattoo concept was originally the original canon, but the new canon, what we know is that Darth Maul was picked up as a baby by Palpatine and whatnot when he was in the training from Plagueis, and he raised Darth Maul as like a son to him, but as a son just to use for force, brutal, and to just raise to be his apprentice, basically, to take over and, to basically help to defeat Darth Plagueis, and then after that he has someone on his side once he takes over the galaxy. Unfortunately, that did not work out for him very well. But basically, though, he is a Mandalorian, not Mandalorian, he is a Dathomir.
Mm-hmm.
He's part of Dathomir. So,
Dathomir Zarbrek.
Sabric, thank you. So basically, he's born with those markings, which I don't like that version. I like the Civ tattoo thing way much more better.
No, they're not born with the markings. The markings he has on him are Sith tattoo markings.
Okay, well then here's the thing though.
But
then
the
why
thing with
does everyone
Zarbrek
else...
is they do tattoo themselves.
It's
all Zarbrek tattoo themselves.
Okay, see, I didn't got that from watching the Clone Wars. I thought, oh, hey, I guess they're all born that way.
There's actually two races of Zarbrek. There's the ones from the home world of Zarbrek, and then there's the Zarbrek of Dathomir.
Okay.
So there's two different races, basically.
Yes, the ones that grow up on Dathomir tend to be far more warrior-centric, and they tend to be groomed by the Dathomir witches, and feed a lot on more darker energies and such. And a lot of the tattooing they use is very different from the homeworld Zarbrek, as in they do more of like a Sith type of style of tattooing. Now, Maul specifically were Sith tattoos, and every tattoo he has on his body is from completing a Sith trial.
Which was in the original Darth Maul comic that was before episode 1.
Books,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into this more. Is there any more stuff we're going to be seeing about the Darth Maul game here, or this is
yes,
it?
this is it, basically. I mean, I really like the look of the Stormtrooper or Clone Trooper, if you say that.
Yeah. It's a Clone Trooper, you can tell by the belt.
Mm-hmm. Really cool design.
Is there anything else we want to talk about the Darth Maul game before we move on to other news, or no?
I think I see something that kind of piques my interest. Actually go down up a little. Up a little. What I think is going on here is probably Sidious using Maul to get rid of any powerful Force users. Not necessarily Sith, but maybe remnants of the Sith Empire. Even though the rule of 2 has been passed out, there's still probably remnants of the old Sith Empire where they had vast many. That's what that when you scroll down to the Admiral there, it looks from like the old Sith Empire being eradicated completely out of existence, and he's removing Force adepts from ever ever rise, who are strong in the Force and removing that threat. For those who don't know, Force Adepts are people who are strong in the Force, but are not part of the Jedi Sith orders.
So basically, hold on. So basically, like, are we talking about like someone like Chirrut here, or Mas Kanata, like that, or
yes, or like think Chief Chirpa, not Chief Chirpa, but Logray from the Ewok village.
okay,
Logray is a wise, is their shaman and magic man. He draws upon the Force, but they don't know the Force. That's a concept that they didn't grow up learning. They think of it more as magic and their spirit ancestors and such. So all species, even if they don't believe in like the Jedi Sith type of thing, can draw upon the Force, but they, it's more of like their local religious beliefs in it.
Okay. So
just like the Dathomir witches, they use the Force, the dark side of the Force, but it's not really what they call it. It's more of like Dathomir witch sorcery compared to normal Sith sorcery, but it's still the same thing, just called different things from different.
All right. Before we go into more, we still have more news, Omadaun.
Yes.
So yeah. Okay. So let's go into the other stuff and whatnot.
All right.
What's the other news that we have?
The Battlefront January patch. Now, of course, as you all know, Lando is completely broken in Star Wars Battlefront. There's a glitch in the system for Lando. If you press L1 on PlayStation, you can just spam it rapidly and get like lots of kills. And this January patch is set to fix that. Now, of course, do I think it'll fix it? No, I think that everyone will probably find an exploit on the glitch.
Like they always do.
Yeah. And that's basically it for the Battlefront.
All right, so what's next?
Star Wars Redemption. So Star Wars Redemption is going to be a fan-made project. Now, as we all know, the fan-made projects actually always get shut down by Disney because EA owns the rights for, the Star Wars games, and they don't want anyone creating these types of games.
Mm-hmm.
And this game is going to be based on the Clone Wars TV show. As you can see here, this is a Force user actually who wears Clone Trooper armor, and it'll be kind of cool to actually see this in full works because, as you all know, that sometimes Jedi do actually wear armor, but not all the time.
Well, in the original Clone War, even the original Clone Wars show, and also too in the CGI Clone Wars show, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin both wear armor pieces, and even some of the other Jedi too wear armor pieces during the Clone Wars. Once they did remove lots of the armor, they still kept armor plating on their legs and arms.
Not to mention also when you go to the Old Republic or any Knights of the Old Republic and everything, there were Sith armors and Jedi armors.
Very true. So who's this we're looking at here?
Well, this is basically a Sith warrior who is the main villain in the game. I would expect that, and it's basically set between Episode 2 and Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. And it'll be so awesome, though, if this guy actually does create this game. And it's probably not going to be multiplayer. It's going to be a story-driven game. And I hope it actually goes on the fence between Order 66. And then after that...
Actually, that's what I was kind of thinking, looking at the picture of the Jedi lady hiding from the clone trooper. Like, this is, like, right after Order 66 happens, and they're going into hiding.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that is a Sith, but I think that might be a Inquisitor, a Jedi hunter.
I see.
And here we go. Here is the main Jedi, of course, and it just looks really cool. The guy actually done this all animated, and it just looks awesome.
Yeah,
very well
really
done.
Captures that Clone Wars-esque style, which is really nice.
Is there any more stuff to be seen? Or
yes, there is. This footage now. Of course, this is Geonosis. We see Captain Rex there, and then we see this Jedi General wearing clone armor. We see all the gunship, or the capital ships, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is nice.
I hope this gets made. I hope EA and Disney goes, hey, this could be cool. Let's promote this, or I should say, let's leave it the fuck alone. Let them do what they want to do, and let's not get all up and tied up our butts and sue them like they did for the Battlefront fan game that was being put out on Steam.
Which got cancelled by EA because, from the footage, it just looked really amazing what the guys have done.
Oh yeah, they took us the old models and us the old data from Battlefront 3 that was especially supposed to be out, and just polished it all up, made it look great, and give us what we were supposed to get, But EA went, no, can't have fun here, no.
And of course, they even put it on Steam as well for free to play, but then they had to take it off. Now, of course, I think they are planning on releasing a beta for it. I'm not 100% sure.
They are working with EA to make a deal, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I can see with the Battlefront one that the reason why is because even though they were doing free, it was using their program.
You have to remember, Battlefront 3, though, was made from a different company. EA never had the rights to the original
Free
Battlefront.
Radical.
Yeah. So they were using Free Radical's designs and whatnot, not EA stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, Free Radical was even 99% done with Battlefront, but they just had the time to actually, make the deadline, of course, for the full game.
Which sucks. Which absolutely sucks, because I would love to see what they would have done with Battlefront 3, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I say, if this is all theirs, then Disney and EA can't touch them, because if it's all their own original stuff and not taking models from the Clone Wars show or anything like that, this can't be touched, because if they're not doing it for profit, they can't touch them, because they won't own the rights to anything in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks
Very
like
true.
It's a real good thing. And Disney knows what it's doing. It needs to not fuck with the fan base. They've done too much of that as it is, and it's really backfired on certain things.
Oh, I agree.
Yes.
Is there any other news to be have on your side?
Yes, the Respawn Entertainment, who are making a new Star Wars game, of course. So if I hit full screen here real quick and just mute this. Now, of course, once the developer actually comes up here really quick. So as you can see, they're saber fighting, of course. And that move there, that is no, old guy move. I think this is going to be centered around the Clone Wars era.
Maybe. We don't know for sure yet.
We don't know for sure.
It could be set in the Old Republic era, too.
True.
But
let's see what...
So just give us a minute here. It should be here. So you see the Jedi, the Jedi symbol here.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And that indicates that they're making a game set in the Clone Wars era.
Not necessarily. That symbol also exists within the Old Republic era.
That symbol, even in the original canon, existed after the original trilogy, because they used that for the new Jedi Temple that Luke made with Car Dutton.
It's actually a Republic symbol, I think.
No, it's a Jedi symbol. It's that symbol. It's meant for the Jedi Order.
Okay.
So yes, because that's what the Jedi Order had in the Clone Wars show, in the original canon, and all of that. Because the Republic symbol is different. The Republic symbol is similar to the Imperial symbol, and then, like I said, it might seem close, but it's not.
Yeah.
So continue.
That's basically all the info that I got. That's kind of like my speculation on what they're actually making.
Well, they're making a Star Wars game with the lightsabers and everything.
Yep.
It says what type of Star Wars game, what era are we talking about here, and hopefully it's not like Witcher trilogy stuff again. I'm sorry, I know we're on the Witcher trilogy bandwagon here, but I want something that's not always focused on Witcher trilogy era. Let's go beyond that. Let's go beyond that in the prequel era again, or before the prequel era, or the Republic, or like Knights of the Old Republic era. You know, let's go into those areas.
Far back with that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think I do believe that's not going to be anywhere near the original trilogy, because look at the sabers; those are thick sabers. They're not the thin blades.
Yeah, but
capture. I don't think they're going to use like thin blades like the original trilogy.
The reason why I'm saying that is just because Disney right now is on a original trilogy bandwagon. You know,
because as we all know, Star Wars Episode 7 was just a remake of Star Wars Episode 4. A New Hope.
Yeah.
And also, too, with Rogue One being close to the events of A New Hope, of course. So, yeah. So, is that all the news you have?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so, Omadaun, is there any news we like to tell people about the Old Republic game?
Well, as you know, last month came out the new expansion, which in and of itself has 9 chapters and actually finishes a storyline that was started in the previous expansion, which was Knights of the Fallen Empire. The current new expansion is Knights of the Eternal Throne. With it, they brought some changes. One thing, though, I think it would be really nice is to bring back make leveling a lot harder. This is something I've noticed with like a lot of MMOs, and it's not just Old Republic with this. After a while, when they keep adding these new expansions, they make you level so fast you can't enjoy a lot of the stuff that you used to. But one thing that always bothers me is with the Old Republic, they've removed a lot of like the starting quests, which were fun and had some great storylines that I would love them to put that stuff back in there and just let people enjoy the story more, instead of getting to the high level. But that's like all MMOs do. Another thing I'd like to see they have not done in a long time, add some more playable races. The last time they added playable races was the Cathar and the Togrutas. They need to add some more playable races. I would love to be able to play a Wookiee.
True, that could be fun.
You have all the races that you're able to play. The only 2 races that came later that you have to pay for are Cathar and Togruta. But I'd love to be able to play a Wookiee. Or I'd love to be able to play as, let's say, a Rhodian. Or I want to play, some more of the species. It would be kind of fun because you do see them in the game. I'd like to be able to play them.
All right, cool. Is there any other news, or is that about it so far?
I think that's about it.
That's about it for right now. It's because that was a big expansion.
Okay, anything else we want to talk about, or are we good for today?
I think we're good for today. So thank you very much for watching, guys. You can now listen to our podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, and more. So if you're interested in that, we'll leave a link down below in the description. Stay tuned for tomorrow where we'll be doing our new Rebels review of Warhead, which should be really interesting. So thank you for joining us, and don't forget, may the Force be with you always.